get the show on the road. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Mario here, and excited to spend some time with you as we go over our lunch and learn today. One of the things that we want to talk about today is taking somebody who might say no to your business and turning them into a customer, right? I want you to start thinking about how many exposures that you guys have had in your business. So hold on, let me mute spotlight my camera so everybody can see me. Okay, so how many exposures have you had in your business? Okay, Chrisley, what's up, girl? I see ya. Good to see you. Santino, what's up, brother? Welcome to the team. You just got joined in yesterday, right? I love it. Naveen, what's up, girl? Okay, so listen, how many exposures have you had in your business? Okay, so if you had a lot of exposures, that means that you have a lot of no's. So if you're taking notes, and I hope you are, okay, the one thing that you guys want to realize and write this down, and I hope it doesn't scare people, but it's like one of those big horse pills, right? The doc says, hey, you got to take this pill and it's going to be good for you, right? So you got to take it, but it's a giant pill and sometimes it hurts on the way down, but you got to take it, right? So the horse pill that we're going to swallow today is this: 90% of the actions you take will be in the no, on the negative side, meaning only 10% of what you're doing, guys, is going to merit or it's going to get you guys a fruit, right? So, hey, I want to join. I want to build the business. But I know it might not be. I mean, maybe Christina Gamet is the only one that I know could probably tell me how many exposures she's had since she got here, because that woman tracks everything. She's like, hey, Christina, how many no's have you had? 872, Mario, like right off the top of her head, right? But for the most of us, just think, imagine if you had every single exposure, all the people that said no, what if you got a customer for those people? Think of that. Let's say you've been with the company for 6 months, okay? And in the 6 months, you have gotten, let's just say 100 exposures. So at 10%, that means 90 people pretty much said no. Right now, they don't all say no, right? Because sometimes people ignore, right? Sometimes if I reach out to 100 people, there's going to be about 30 of them that just don't even answer, right? So out of the 90, let's say 30 don't answer. So you're looking at 60 people that just straight up said no. And then you had some of those folks that actually went through the process, took a look at the information and decided to say no. So we're going to keep scrubbing it down, because out of the 60, some of them just said no. So we never got them on a call. We never got them on a Zoom. We never brought them to an event. So out of that 60, let's say an additional 30 just said no right out of the gate. So we're looking at 30 people that took a look at what we said and said no. Mind you, we did have 10 that either said yes, joined the team, or became a customer, right? But out of the 30 that initially said, yeah, I'm open, went on a connect call, jumped on a Zoom, whatever it was, those 30 people just said, no, it's not for me, okay? Guys, what if you got them as a customer? Guys, imagine you had 30 customers in 6 months. Because I know some of you guys right now are feeling a little deflated because you're like, man, I'm doing everything and nobody's joining my team. If you had 30 customers right now, even if you only had 1 or 2 people on your actual team, how good would you feel? Right? Would you guys feel really good? Say, I'd feel good in the chat if you had 30 customers, right? Every month, let's say just 15 every month out of the 30. Let's say they're buying every other month for whatever reason, okay? You got a small group of people that buy every month out of the 30, and then the rest, they buy every other month. But you're making a check, $200 a month, $300 a month, just off of people enjoying our incredible products, right? That's what I want you guys to understand. Now, think about this concept as it duplicates out. How many of you guys are here today and your goal is to be a diamond with Viseo? If your goal is to be a diamond with Viseo, right, type in the word diamond in the chat. Okay, a lot of people chiming in now. Awesome. Okay, diamond. A lot of people who want to be a diamond. So one of the things that you guys have got to know about this profession is that everything duplicates, right? So everything duplicates good and everything duplicates bad. Okay, so if you're a diamond and when you started this concept, meaning right now, maybe you're a star, maybe you're not even a star yet, but you started this concept that says, hey, listen, I don't get no's, I get customers. And you taught that to everybody. You're a star today. Maybe you're not even a star. Maybe you just got one person on your team. But you started driving this concept that says, I don't get no's, I get customers. And then that keeps duplicating through your business. And now you're a gold. Now you've got about 25 people on your team that also don't get no's, they get customers. Right? So 25 people who got about 30 customers. How cool would that feel? Now you're a blue sapphire, okay? And now you've got 45 people on your team, 50 people on your team that don't get no's, they get customers. Now you got 50 people that got 30 customers that are buying every other month, right? And you being the upline blue sapphire, you look at your right leg and you look at your left leg every morning and people are purchasing products overnight. How good does that feel? Now you continue through. Now when you're a diamond, okay, you've got a couple thousand people on your team. Now these people that are on your team now, just like you from the very beginning, we've been duplicating the concept. I don't get no's, I get customers, right? I don't get no's, I get customers. And that concept has duplicated through my team. Can you imagine if you had 1,000 people on your team that don't get no's, they get customers, and all of those 1,000 people had about 30 customers because they went from the very beginning, they were taught every time you get a customer or every time you get somebody who says, no, the business is not for you, here's how you go and get them as one customer. Okay. And I'm going to teach you how to do that today. And then that continues to duplicate over itself. Because yes, we want to build a team, but guys, do you know where financial freedom comes from? It comes from SmartShip. It comes from what we've also known as LCP back in the day. People like you and I, real life people who are building a business, who are sharing products that work with people, that continuously take those products every single month, every single day, because they find value. Let me ask you a question, whether it's you or somebody in your immediate network. Do you or somebody in your immediate network love these products so much that you foresee yourself or that person taking the product for the rest of their life? If that's the case, type in a number 5. Type in a number 5 if you or somebody in your immediate network loves at least one of these products and has seen at least a testimonial on at least one of these products. And it's like, look, I don't know, maybe I hit the lotto tomorrow. And tomorrow I become a multi-billionaire. Maybe I win $100 million in the lotto. Would you still be taking these products? Yeah, absolutely. I would tell you, I'll take Renew to the day I die. I'll probably take everything forever, regardless of what happens, because I have found real results and I trust the quality of the products, right? So if you feel that way, understand if we start to teach a concept that is, I don't get no's, I get customers, okay? Guys, this is gonna be a huge deal. So let me share with you guys a concept that I've used in the past. And I believe if we master this, you guys are going to start making some very significant strides in your business. And like we said from the very beginning, if in 6 months you had 100 exposures, We know 90% of them say no. 10% of them say yes, right? So you had 10% that joined you. 90% said no. Out of that 90, we said what? 30 of them never answered. Another 30 took a look and said no. And then another 30, didn't take a look, and they just, right? We just broke it down, right? So out of that, that's how we came to that place where we get 30 customers. So I'm going to share with you how we're going to start doing that today. So from this point on, whenever you have a connect call, whenever you put somebody on a Zoom, whenever you tag somebody in the ATM strategy and they watch the video and they say no to you, here's what you have to do. First of all, write this down. Number one, you've got to be bold. Okay? Number one, you've got to be bold. And I know that sometimes that's difficult for us. That's difficult for some people to stand and be bold, but you got to be bold. Why can you be bold? Here's the reason why you can be bold, guys. Because you believe in the products, right? I've been in a place where there's a loved one, multiple times, by the way, in my family. And this loved one is telling me about what they're going through or about somebody they know that is going through something. And I'm literally like, we need to talk tomorrow. I'm not asking, because my heart is in the right place towards them, right? So because my heart is in the right place and I know it's like if you guys, let's say you had the cure for cancer, okay? Let's say you actually had the cure from cancer. God gave it to you, and your best friend or your mom or your dad came down with cancer. Would you give them an option? Would you pussyfoot about it? Would you tender like tippy toe? No, you'd be like, I don't care what you say, you are taking this now because it's life or death. So the idea is because of the testimonials that we have, the things that you've experienced, all of the quality, all the things that we already talked about, I want you to be bold when it comes to our products. So that's the first thing. You got to be bold, okay? The second thing, okay, is this, right? You have to have the right heart. And I kind of talked about it already. Your heart has to be right. You have to do this because you genuinely want to help people. My dad used to tell me all the time, he said, Mario, you can say anything to anyone at any time if your heart is right. How many of you guys believe that? If you believe that, say, I believe, right? Hey, if my intention or my heart is wrong and I try to correct you, you're going to know it, right? If I really want to like prove that Jeff is like wrong in something and I bring it to him, he's going to feel it, right? Even though what I'm saying is right, my intention is wrong. But if my heart is to correct him because I want him to be better, because I want him to grow, because I want him to be successful, and I share something with him, even though it's tough, he'll feel that as well, right? So you guys, number one, we got to be bold, but number two, your heart's got to be right. Because when you bring this out, okay, and when you go into this approach, they're going to feel if you have commission breath or you really want to help them. How many of you guys, and we can be all open here, right? This is a training for team members. This is the locker room. If you guys have ever had commission breath, right? Type in there, my breath smell. My breath smells, right? If you've ever had commission breath and you look back, you're like, dang it, I probably didn't have the right heart. And a lot of times the reason why I've had commission breath, right? Why? Because I want to grow so bad. I want to build so bad that sometimes I'm not listening to that person. I just want to get them to buy. I just want to get them to join, right? So we always have to be constantly checking our heart and making sure that we're doing things for the right reasons and we're saying things for the right reasons, because when you do, the message that you're bringing across, even the good message, okay? Hold on one sec. Even the good message is going to come off the wrong way if your intentions are wrong, okay? And so the third thing is this, is you got to have urgency. You've got to have urgency. Because here's what happens, guys. I know this might be foreign to some of you guys, but in business, timing matters. Now, way back in my old corporate days, one of the things that I used to do is manage lead flow. Okay, so we would buy leads of people who said, hey, I'm interested in going to school. Okay, because I worked in education. We would buy leads from people who would say, hey, I'm interested in going to school. I want to be a nurse. I'm interested in the MBA program. And when that lead came to your, to your CRM, your lead management system, it was on a ticking time bomb. The older that lead, the lower the likelihood of it converting. The same thing kind of happens with our people. So when I get somebody on the phone and I put them on a connect call, and let's say Monica does the connect call and the person decides that it's not for them. You only have a certain amount of time. Because right now, they are closer than they ever will be to being in a place where you can get a transactional purchase out of them. Because here's what happens, guys. When somebody says no to somebody, especially if it's somebody that they know, usually people don't like to say no twice. Because they feel kind of like, ugh, like I know this isn't for me. But people want to feel like they helped somebody. Would you agree? People want to feel like they've helped somebody, especially when they don't really have to do a lot to help them. They're like, oh, hey man, would you help me carry this cup of coffee to the kitchen? It would mean the world to me. You're like, sure, all right. Because this is nothing, right? I was going to go to the kitchen anyways. Hey man, thank you so much for helping me with that. Don't mention it. No big deal, right? The idea is people want to feel like they're helping you, especially if it doesn't cost them so much. And cost doesn't just mean money. Sometimes it means time. Sometimes it means attention, right? So that's one thing, okay? It's got to be urgent because as soon as they say no, now you're on a ticking time bomb. So what I want you to write down is a concept called favor, help, try, okay? So favor, help, try is very important. If done the right way, you guys will get customers every single time somebody says no to you. So let's go through the scenario once again. So I see, let's say I see Jeremy just jumped on. Jeremy, what's up, brother? So let's say Jeremy jumps on. Me and Jeremy grew up together, right? So we're buddies, went to high school together, played ball together, and I put Jeremy on a connect call with, let's see, Dana, okay? So Dana does the connect call and explains the business to Jeremy. And Jeremy decides that the business is not for him. Maybe not initially. Maybe he says, yeah, I'd like to learn more. And then we get him and we give him some more information. Or we get him on a Zoom and he looks at the business opportunity. But for whatever reason, he says no. Hey, man, the business is not for me, bro. Okay? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to Jeremy and I'm going to ask him a favor. I'm going to pick up the phone and say, Jeremy, brother, I appreciate you so much, man, for taking a look at my business, but I need a huge favor. What's that? Okay. I need you to help me out here. I'm trying to get to my next promotion. And I only need about a customer or two. Would you be willing to try out one of our products for about a month or so and help me get to my goal? You see how it works? Now, he's already told me no once. We know that people don't like to tell people no twice, especially if they're friends. We also know that people like to try to help somebody, especially if it's not that big a deal, right? So it's like, hey, man, but you're also asking for a personal favor. Have you guys ever done a favor for somebody and they almost like put you in a position where you couldn't say no? Where they're like, what are you doing? I got to help my brother move. Really? I thought you said you hate helping people move. I know, but he helped me out last month with blah, 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 and kind of didn't give me a choice, so I have to do it, right? So the idea is sometimes it's okay to lean on the relationship, to ask somebody to do you a favor, to help you out, to try your product. Favor, help, try. So let me go over that again. I call up Folger. Hey, man, I really appreciate you jumping on and taking a look at my business, man. And I know it's not for you. Sometimes it's timing, whatever it is. Totally cool. But, man, I need a huge favor. What's up? Because remember, he's already told me no once. What's up? Well, listen, brother, I am like this close to my next or my first promotion. Okay? Would you be willing to help me out and try out one of my products for about a month or so? Simple. Here's what he's going to get. I mean, well, yeah. I mean, which one are you talking about? I'm going to put it on him. Which one did you like most? Here's how you guys want to be a ninja. Who wants to be an absolute ninja at getting customers? So let's backpedal this. Let's say I got Folger on a three-way text with Jeff, okay? So Folger on a call with Jeff. So we go through the connect call. Folger says, hey, I like it, but I'd like to learn a little more. Okay, we put him on that three-way text, right? Are you guys following me? We put him on the three-way text and we send him some more information. Okay, it's a couple of videos. The next day I come back into that group and I say, hey, Folger, did you take a look at the information that I sent you? Remember, this is in the three-way. Folger says, yeah, I did, man. What's the question that you should be asking? Let's see. What did you like most? Remember? Yeah, well, what did you like most? There you go. Liana knew it. Yeah, Liana's on her way to being a ninja. So what do you like most, right? Okay. So what's he say? That sleep product sounds pretty awesome, man. I rarely sleep. Here's what a ninja does. Okay, Folger likes sleep. So now we keep working it. Folger decides it's not for him. So I come back and I say, Folger, man, thanks so much, brother, for getting on this call with me today. Man, it means the world. At least just taking a look means the world to me, man. And I know sometimes, it's timing's everything, so no worries. But brother, I was wondering if you would do me one last huge, huge favor. Sure, what is that? Well, listen, man, I'm this close to my next promotion or my first promotion with the company. And it would mean the world to me if you would help me out and you would try out one of my products for about a month or two. I remember you liked that sleep product. It's only $54. Well, yeah, it's only $54. I mean, bro, I'm telling you, you'll love it. Okay, sure. Awesome. Folger, how do you spell your last name? Take it right there. Right there on the spot. EM, awesome. All right, and here's what I always say. So what address are we sending your products to? Because guys, one sleep that actually works, okay? One product that actually works times as many exposures that tell you no, divided out or multiplied out through your team You might not think it's a big deal. Yeah, man, I made $6. Think big from Folger. Think way bigger than that. Guys, am I going in and out? Okay, let me flip on. Hold on. I saw all of you guys freeze at one time. Jeff was like in the middle of a burrito bite. He was like, okay, hold on one sec. I might jump off and jump back on. I'm gonna go to my hotspot. But we're almost done, guys. All right, so it looks like we're back. All right, cool. So with all of that being said, guys, I want you to think bigger. It's not just about the $6 commission to get the sleep the one time. It's about teaching a concept that will duplicate out throughout your entire business. It's also, okay, about getting new people victories. When you sponsor somebody into the team, guys, your number one job is to help them to be successful fast. Think back to your first couple days in the business. Some of you got people to join, okay? But I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the people who got started in the business, and in their first 4 or 5 days, all they heard was no, 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 no. What if you got 5 customers during that time? Shoot, 2 customers. And you made a $12 check that Friday. Would you feel a lot better than 0? Yeah, absolutely. Would you be excited to continue to move forward? Yes, because we do 2 things and 2 things only. We share products with friends and family, word of mouth, to our online store. And then we build a team of people who share products, friends and family, word of mouth, to their online store. But if you got 2 customers in your first week using the favor, help, try approach, you guys would be massively successful in this business because you at least had it work. You got some type of success out of the gates. How many of you guys believe that this could be something that can really start to change your business? If you believe that, say, let's see a number 2. Let's put a number 2 if you think that this is something that we should start teaching, that we should start wrapping our arms around and start duplicating out. Absolutely. Absolutely, guys. So remember, number 1, you got to be bold. Why do you have to be bold? Because you have to be able to pick up the phone and say to somebody, hey, I need a favor. Well, Mario, I'm not the guy who asks for favors. People ask me to do favors. Well, get thee over thyself, okay? Listen, be bold, okay? Be bold. Why can you be bold, guys? Because your heart is in the right place, right? Your heart is in the right place. You want people to be successful with these products in their health conditions. You want people to feel better. You want people to have a better way of life. You want your friend to that his back is jacked up to be able to sleep at night, right? Be bold. Have your heart in the right place and have urgency, because every day that you let go by after they give you a no, the likelihood of them giving you a yes and doing a favor goes down. So you do have to act with urgency. And this is just what I would tell you guys. My advice, my best practice here, don't send a link. I'm telling, how many of you guys have got a link from something? Like, let's say it's a, hey, I see Josie. What's up, Josie? Okay, so let's say Josie's my cousin, and I have Rebecca, my daughter, call Josie, and she's like, hey, cousin, I'm in a jogathon. Would you be willing to do a little sponsor for me? Blah, blah, blah. And Josie's like, oh, sure, Mihal, I'll do that for you. Okay, I'm going to send you a link. Okay. It's not to say that Josie doesn't want to do that, but how easy it is to forget to go back and actually do what you said, right? You don't hear from them. I don't know what that means, Lucy. Sorry. So the idea is that it's super hard, okay, to go back to that link. But you don't ask for a link, right? You don't even, so somebody's saying, I'm getting a lot of people asking for a link. So if they say, ask for a link, I'm on the phone with them. Sure, send me a link. Actually, because I need this like today, because it's my rank, I'm going to be bold and I'm going to say, listen, let me just take your info right now and I'll order it for you. I'll put it through. Let me do that for you. That way you don't even have to go and put the order in. I'll do it for you. That's my white glove treatment for you. Okay. See, Lucy, you're missing the concept here. I'm telling you not to send a link. That's why you don't hear from them. You're saying like, oh, I send my link to my friends and I don't hear from them. You're proving my concept right. That's why we don't send a link. I never send a link ever because people don't go back and do it. And it's not even that they necessarily don't want to help you. We are just a busy, busy, busy society. How many of you guys, okay, how many of you guys recall the very first lockdown? At the very first lockdown, did you guys realize sometime during that lockdown how busy your life was? Like when you couldn't go and do the things that you normally do, you realize like, dang, like for like a week, it was actually kind of cool to stay home and just like stay with the kids and relax and not have to go everywhere and run everywhere and be a million miles a minute. I had that. That's why if any of you guys have seen, I've done a Facebook Live before where I say COVID should be a blessing to you because it should have helped us to think, man, I shouldn't have to wait for a pandemic to go and visit my grandma. I shouldn't have to wait for a pandemic to spend time with my kids, to put the phone down, right? I learned that in the first couple of weeks of the very, very first lockdown. I realized like, man, this is kind of cool. They forced us to stay home and we took up riding bikes again. And I loved it. I was like, man, this is cool, right? The reason I'm sharing that with you guys is because you know people in your network and they're just freaking busy. So when you send a link, sure, sign up at the link. The likelihood of that happening drastically goes down. They're not going to do it. So when you ask the favor, help, try, do it on the phone, do it immediately and do it where you can actually say, okay, so what's your first and last name? What address do you want me to send it to? I'll process it for you. I'll do that for you as a courtesy. I just want to make sure that this is like, this is the easiest thing for you. Okay. So that's what I've got for you today. That's how we're going to turn no's to customers. We're going to turn no's into customers by asking them, will you do me a favor, help me reach my goal, and try out my products? Do me a favor, help me reach my goal, try out my products. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it reluctantly, but I will say it. Keep in your back pocket when you need it. If you sense urgency, like a hesitation from them, say, listen, by the way, Liana, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you don't like it, you can just send it back. Don't use that until you need it or if you feel like you need it. But at that point, they just don't want to help you. Because you're literally like, you said you liked it. We're boys. I need a favor. And if you don't like it, you can get your money back. Nah, I'm good. Well, good, man. I appreciate you being a jerk of a friend. And I know where we are at now. Don't do that. But I mean, you kind of put them in that place, right? So use that as you need it. Don't use it every time, but if you need to flash that money back guarantee card, do it. Because the idea is the most important thing we can do is get product into the people, right? You guys are going to laugh, but I always say this, right? It's just like the local drug dealer. First one's free, right? Why do they do that? Because they need to get people hooked. Once people get hooked, do they give freebies anymore? Absolutely not. So we need to get that first initial purchase out. We need to get the product into the people because it's just that good. So guys, we don't get no's, we get customers. We're bold, our heart is in the right place, we have urgency. Pick up the phone, say, hey man, I need a huge favor. I'm this close to my very, very first or next promotion, and I was wondering if you could help me out and try out one of my products. Funny story. I did this one time to try to hit a rank advancement. Do you set them up for Smart Ship without the actual? No, you don't do that. No, you don't set them up for Smart Ship. But what you could do is set a reminder and then follow up with them in a couple of weeks and say, hey man, how do you like it? Dude, I love this freaking stuff, man. I sleep like a baby. Cool, man. Listen, you can set it up so that every 30 days I purchase it for you. You want me to do that? Now you do it, right? Because you definitely don't want somebody to call back and be like, bro, what the hell? Like, how is this thing charging again, right? But do follow up. Because listen, your customers are where your residual income comes from. Shouldn't you be taking care of those customers? Shouldn't you be calling and checking in on them? I used to have a friend who was really big in the network marketing industry in the product side. She personally had accumulated about 100 customers, okay? And then she taught that. So her team had a lot of customers. And she made a lot of money off of that. What she would do every Christmas was send a postcard to every one of her customers. Hey, thanks so much for being our customer. We're so happy that you love CBD. Christmas card, Christmas card. Why? Because I want you to stop thinking about just right now. Well, I only got 2 customers. Well, then you should send out 2 Christmas cards. Because everything duplicates in this industry, good and bad. Imagine when you are a black diamond and you have 100 customers that you've accumulated. One gets CBD, one's on immunity, one's on Eternal, one takes Vtox, one's on VMune. 100 customers, and I'm loving on them. I'm sending them a little gift card. I actually knew that she would actually throw a lotto ticket in there as well, right? She spent $100 to take care of her customers at Christmas. But she taught that. Do you think that that downline took care of their customers? And guess what happens? Her customer base was not just her 100, it was hundreds of thousands of customers because everybody took the same care to take care of their customers as it duplicated out, right? What I'm trying to do is teach you guys what it's going to take to build a solid customer base that will pay you income for the rest of your life. Guys, 5 years from now, if you had 50,000 customers underneath you and you had 100 personal that paid you $6,000 a month, would you take the time to write 100 customers a Christmas card? Start it now, though. Don't wait until your business is that big. Start it right now and start teaching that and start duplicating that out. And I promise you guys, you're going to start making significant income because everything duplicates, good and bad, in the network marketing industry. So I hope you guys got some value from this today. I want to say that awesome. Okay, good. Just some cool stuff in here. So good. Hope you got some value. I will record this. I'm going to put it back up on the YouTube channel that we have. And with that being said, where's Folger? Let's see Folger get us out of here. We were dancing earlier. Folger. Where's he at? Folger. Is he paying attention still? You get to work? No, he's probably back at work. I don't know what song this is, so it's the next one that's up. All right, guys, have a good one. See you later.